Hello, welcome one and all. I am Fixworks, and in this video, I will be showing you how I draw a page for my webcomic Keno Memories of Lost Time, which is available to read on Webtoon Canvas. The link will be in the description. I've been doing this comic for quite a long time now, and I've been doing it for 7 years, in fact. Or at least I came up with the story for 7 years, and I've been doing this particular redraw and proper writing of it for the past 3 years now. Or 2 if you don't want to count 2021 just yet. Moving on. When it comes as such, I've come to a certain system. I try my best to create a new page once a week. By Saturday I'll be done with one. And by that, I kind of come up with a certain system for how I draw my comic books. For starters, most of the times I'd spend Monday and Tuesday focusing on animations and other projects, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be solely dedicated to finishing this work. So Wednesday and Thursday will be focusing on the sketching and line art. Then that's what you're seeing right now. That's the first half where I sketch the images, the figures in my drawing. I've been told a lot to stop using chicken lines, which is continuous dashes on the pencil, and I've been told by many people to rather use continuous lines, but and I think that's the right way to do it, but personally that never really worked out for me. And thanks to my method, I can use chicken lines without any I can use broken lines without any sort of guilt. Sorry. Yeah, it's called broken lines, not chicken lines. What I think was broken. Moving on, I'm getting off topic. Once I'm done with the sketches, I then proceed to line art, which is usually during that same Wednesday to Thursday period. And then Friday, I would be dedicated solely to drawing, to coloring, and details such as motion and shading. And that's how it works. That's basically the process. But hopefully I'll be done before Saturday morning, and then I post it at 12 o'clock in the morning, because obviously I stay up that late. Yeah. Moving on. When it comes to working on this comic, I've been drawing for quite some time, and I've noticed, and if I was to give you tips, I've noticed one of the main tips I've always got, people always say don't draw from reference. Personally, I don't think that's important. I think there is no problem in, obviously you can't come up with the drawings off your head all the time, so there's no crime in looking at a reference sheet or drawing from a reference sheet. The problem will come if you trace that reference sheet, and yeah, that's where the problem comes. I'm not tracing right now, or at least I am, but I'm tracing my own drawing, so that doesn't count. Moving on, there is a problem with tracing other people's work, which is something I used to do, but I'm really working hard to avoid it. And as you can clearly see right now, that is thanks to the way I do my artwork, my drawings turn out to be very autonomous, or very lifelike, which is actually useful to me, because therefore I can use what I like to do a lot is take photos of myself, and take photos or videos of myself, and use those as reference or templates to either draw or trace off of. Which is why on my phone you'd see a lot of videos of me doing stuff like this. Anyways, as you can clearly see, I've finished the sketching half of my work, and I'm now going into the line art. This thanks to the line art, I can use broken lines without feeling any sort of guilt or stress, because after I'm done with the line art, I can just redraw. I can just go to a different layer and draw, and use the line art to use the straight line tool to fix it up and make the lines more accurate. And that really works. That really helps in making my art look fine and not messy, and easier to color in once I'm done with all of that. One thing I can say is that over these past few years, these past 3 or 2 years, it's been very challenging, or at least it's been surprisingly challenging and also rewarding working on all of these stuff, basically. Like, having this sort of system, and I admit I did make a mistake putting myself into that schedule, but the fact that I've been able to keep up with my schedule is something that I'm truly proud of. And I'm able to do at least a page once every week and still make a bunch of animations and still do my work and still do my homeworks and assignments, and just basically just be able to keep up with all my stuff. With me always liking to do a lot of stuff as growing up, and still do. I draw comics, write music, I still have school, I play sports. I've had a lot of people praise me about how I'm able to consistently draw my characters and write a story, which is something I found that a lot of people really struggle to do. And that will always help me with my confidence, because especially when I was surrounded by a lot of people that mainly draw better than me, have a bigger following, and they just have it would be very easy to get jealous of their work, is what I'm trying to say. And me personally, I had to always look at myself in the mirror and say this: your art styles are different. Your art styles are different. Don't compare yourself with them. Compare yourself with yourself. How good are you compared to what you drew last year or the year before that? That's the only way to truly progress. There's no crime in aspiring to be like somebody, or using somebody as a template, or using somebody as a reference or a role model to your work. But if you constantly compare yourself to other people, you'll sadly most likely find people better than you. And that would always hurt your confidence. So rather, look back on your previous work and just marvel in the amount of progress that you've made, or rather, punch the old you that ever thought that what you used to draw was actually any good. Oh my word, it was so terrible. Moving on, as you can clearly see, I am now in the coloring stage of my work, and this is actually the hardest part of it all, because I always, especially if I sometimes make the mistake of putting in the wrong layer, or I accidentally miss some white edges, and it's just really, I have to be really intricate. Is intricate the right word? Precise. Yeah, I think precise would be correct to use here. I have to be really precise and making sure I fill up all the white spaces, don't color over the lines, just make sure that everything is in the right proportions and right place. And that can be an annoying task, because you just want to use your fill up color, your fill tool, and fill up all the spaces, but then it doesn't really work that way. And you also have to be careful that you don't go past over the lines or draw on the wrong layer, so that you don't stab yourself in the foot later on. And that takes time, but like I said, I can do this in a day. It usually takes me 3 days. It can take me 3 days to finish a whole page, to draw a page of my comic book, which doesn't seem that long. But like I said, I got schoolwork, I got other endeavors, got other stuff, so I really work hard to balance it all, and that's why I'm able to only post one a week. Sure, if I actually just didn't procrastinate like an idiot most of the time, I'd be able to do stuff like this in even 2 days or one if I'm that fast. But yeah, procrastination is evil, and we all suffer through it. So yeah, that's basically it. Moving on, I think, how do I say this? I've been doing, can't talk right now, forgive me. This has been, doing this comic, I've been able to improve greatly in my drawing skills and get a more defined style. And I've noticed something about myself, at least to the people around me, that I've been able to I should be proud of the fact that I'm even able to do something with the characters that I created, because I know if you're a writer, I know it's very easy to come up with, I know all of you can relate that it's very easy to come up with a story and then not do anything with it ever. Because even me personally, I have like a plethora of stories in my head that some I hope to do something with in the future, and others that I probably will leave for dead forever. So I always take pride in the fact that I've been able to do this, and a lot of people have also praised me that I'm able to do this. So even when those same people, their art style is ridiculously better than mine, but like I said, we don't compare with others, we compare with ourselves. That's the only way we'll ever be able to truly see our progress, when we don't do that. And well, as you can see, I'm almost done with the page. I'm now at the shading and finer details of the state of it. And yeah, this is what I usually do. I used to make the mistake of using black, straight up black, and my sister, after constant correction, not ridicule, correction, I started to use at least a darker shade of the color so that the blending would be better off. And at this point, I used the motion tool to create motion, obviously, and then we finally conclude with the text, and that's where I write out stuff. This is actually some of the most fun part about it, especially except when I make typos, but I've always enjoyed writing stories. I've noticed that about myself, so doing stuff like this, or at least creating all these characters and creating all these designs and this story that people are actually genuinely interested in, I've been very happy with what I've been able to do, and I hope to do more with it. And now we're done. That's it. That's the whole work. Yep. And this is the final product. So what do you guys think? Comment below on what you think. Contacts are on the description. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you if you're here right now, you stayed this long. And well, I'll sign out. Bye. And before you say it, yes, I did notice that I drew a soldier with a spear here, so technically he should be over there. So that is an error. But guess what? I don't really care.